All right, what's up? We're in the house. Dreadlift is back.
Yo, yo.
Always love having him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You're super fire, dude. Congratulations, baby number 5.
Yep. Number 5.
Oh my God, man.
Congratulations.
That's super cool. So we need to get you a Vindicate No Plan B shirt, right?
No, there's no plan at all really at this point. Just we are flying by the seat of our pants. That is for sure.
I always wanted to you guys never had a conversation about that. You never. Oh, what's up? Oh, this populated quickly.
Hi, guys.
What's up, guys? Jeffrey, Aaron, Corey, Kenneth, what's good? Madeline.
Yep.
Awesome.
What's going on?
Let's go, Tucker. You guys never, you and your wife never actually had a plan of how many kids. Did you ever have that conversation? How many kids you wanted to have?
I mean, it's almost been the other way, where every single time it's like, I think we're done. And then there may or may not be this slow process of like, well, I don't know. And then it happens, or it may just happen. I mean, I get that it doesn't just happen, right? Like, I understand that. But I mean, it's just always been very easy, and all it's ever taken is one time, and that's it. And then we're right back into it again. I think this time that we're actually done, there's something about this time that kind of makes it feel more complete, just as a family and where we are with just all of the kids. But I don't know. I have a hard time just like closing doors just in general. And so I'm hesitant to just say that I'm done, but it's also not my body that has to carry the baby for 9 months. So I understand that she's given me more than I could have ever asked for at this point, but I don't know. You know, there's all it's going to take is one time again, and we'll.
You are potent as hell, man. Like, okay.
I mean, joke. I mean, there is something about being healthy and living a healthy lifestyle. I believe that. I mean, our biology just works very efficiently. Let's put it that way.
You guys both her too. She's got to be.
Sure. No, it's not just me. No, it's a street with her for sure.
How are the kids, guys? And forgive my voice. I've been sick, so this is why I sound like this. How are the other kids loving having the new baby?
There's ebbs and flows at this point, and they kind of take turns being obsessed with the baby. You know, there's one day it's a couple of them that are all about her and want to hold her and help out with her, and then the other two are not very patient. And then it might switch the next day. But I mean, and now it almost turns into a thing to fight over. We want to fight over who pushes her into the restaurant. We want to fight over who pushes her into the gym, you know?
Yep.
So in general, like it's been a very good thing, but they definitely have times where you can tell, like being one of 5 at this point, it's like, maybe this isn't like, I don't like to share so much some days. But I think it's a good lesson for them. So,
and there's no fear at all. Like Colleen and I had a conversation when we got married. She wanted 5 kids. I was like, whoa.
Did you?
What are we?
I did. I did want 5 kids. Yep.
And I was like, like what? And my immediate fears came into play, like money, space, just like
time together, like losing our marriage and that kind of stuff.
And I was like, hey, I don't know, maybe 2. 2? Like what?
Yeah. No,
and you have none of those, like with any of them, even when you got to like 3 and 4, nothing. No, you guys are just like, yeah, let's go. We're rolling. We're rocking.
Yeah, not really. You know, I think I don't know. I've always looked at the fact that it is so easy for us as somewhat of a calling. Like, I believe that, like, first and foremost, I was kind of meant to be a father, even from a young age. Like, that's just, I always wanted to have a family. I never wanted 5 kids, you know, but I would like watch and the relationship I have with my dad growing up. I was like, I want to have a family. Like I want to be a dad. And just every kid along the way has deepened that. And I think doing what we do puts us in a very unique situation. Like I can have my kids up at work with me all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like I have to be away. I can be very present in their lives all the time. I can go stop in the middle of the day because I'm not coaching and go have lunch whenever I want. I can be there to pick them up every single day. And so the time component, I don't know, that was always my main worry, is having the time.
Yeah.
That money thing may come into play more as they get older, they start doing stuff, as we're finding out with now we have 2 of them playing sports. But I mean, to us, like the baby stage isn't all that expensive, and we've had them so close together that all the babies we have, we just reuse it.
Yeah.
It's all some clothes that are now on their 4th and 5th iteration at this point. But again, I think, like I said, I credit a lot of it to just being able to have them here and not lose out on time with them. And there's hardly ever time where she has to have all 5 by herself, or I have to have all 5 by herself. It really is kind of like a team job at this point.
I can't even think about that. 5 kids by myself. I don't even like, to me, I'm like, oh my, I don't know what I would do.
I mean, I have Tuesday nights are my nights to coach late where I close. And those definitely are more stressful evenings for her. But I mean, the older 2 now are old enough to where they're somewhat self-sufficient, right? It's
how old are the older 2?
So my daughter just turned 8, and then my oldest son's birthday is actually tomorrow. He's going to be 6. And so those 2 together, I mean, it's, hey, y'all go take a shower while we bathe the little ones, right? And like they can be responsible enough most of the time to like just go do it. And so it's not we're doing 5 baths, we're still only doing 2 or 3, right? And then they can help, right? If we need them to hold the baby while we do whatever, cook dinner, they're there to assist with that. So it's kind of a diminishing cost at this point, because they can be their own self-sustaining ecosystem, at least for brief spurts of time.
I just keep thinking about it. We have a 7-year-old. I can't imagine if we have 5 kids in that basic span of, your oldest is 8.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. Corey Leonard, 5 kids is a lot. You guys are amazing.
And the lows are low. That's what I've been saying. There's some low lows where it's like, what are we doing? Where everybody's crying and upset. But then like the highs when they're all playing together and they're all sweet and smiling, and it's just like the warm your heart as a parent moments. Like the highs are really good.
Really high.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a basketball team, and they could all play on the same team at one point in time. Like that's insane.
We were doing math, and there's going to be a year where I think we have 3, if not 4 of them all at the same elementary school. Those people are going to be sick of us. They're going to be like, y'all got to go. No more MCLEMORE kids at the school.
No more MCLEMORE kids.
How is the sleeping for everybody? Are your kids good sleepers? Does it depend on the kid? Do you guys do they each have their own room? Like how's the sleeping arrangement with all of you guys?
That's part of how we keep getting suckered into it, is they are all have been great sleepers, especially as babies. I mean, the new one for the last 2-3 weeks has slept through the night pretty much every night. I mean, right now the 3-year-old is getting up twice a night, but you should walk her back to bed and she goes to sleep, and it's fine. So we haven't had, knock on wood, any of them that are just like not sleeping at all, crying all night long. We've never had to deal with that, so we've been very lucky with that. And I mean, I again have to brag on my wife here. Like she lets me just sleep. She's like, I'm going to be awake anyway. I'm a light sleeper. If I hear them, I'm going to be awake. So there's no point in both of us being awake.
Right.
I'll handle it. And so I've been very, very lucky with her attitude in that. And then, like I said, we've been very, very blessed with the sleeping quality.
Oh my God.
In rooms. So that can be kind of an interesting, especially with the girls. The 3-year-old and the 8-year-old are sharing a room, and the 3-year-old is hell on wheels, and so
Yeah, that's that age. 3 is that age.
she's something else, man. So she very well may give the 8-year-old a run for her money at night and keep her up and whatever. But we really have no complaints on the sleep department.
Did you guys ever
for you.
co-sleep?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Before you do that, what are their ages for Jeffrey Birchfield?
So we have 8, 6, 6 tomorrow, 3, 18 months, 17 months. I hate when people count in months, but it's
Yeah, you kind of have to, yeah.
at this point. And then the youngest one was born on October 10th, so 2 months old.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We got 3 under 3.
Yeah, that's what Corey says.
Yeah.
My wife's cousin has 3 under the age of 3, and the last 2 were on the same insurance deductible. What's up, CK?
Did you guys ever co-sleep? Because that was something that that Garrett was very against, I guess you could say, because I also was a very, very light sleeper. So anytime that he would flinch, move, anything like that, like I wouldn't sleep. And so then we moved him to the other side on her side. And then she realized very quickly that she's the same. Like if she hears him. So then very quickly we got him into his own room. But did she ever co-sleep? Did you guys ever co-sleep, or did you very much try to keep them as independent sleeping as possible?
So we keep them in our room, just in like their own bassinet for a little bit. This last one, this has been the longest stretch that we've had a kid in our room, and she's 2 months old. That's the other thing. My wife is very like by the book, and she sets routines and she sticks to them, and she has them sleep trained by 4-6 weeks, and then they typically have gone to their own room.
Wow. We didn't have him sleep trained. I thought I was good, and he was in his own room by like 5 months. That we had him
earlier than that, a little earlier than that. Yeah.
4 maybe.
4, yeah.
But oh wow. Oh, your wife is boss.
Because then they're gone out of our room, and so we have another one.
Oh,
she creates her own problem.
I mean,
not
you're
mad
not
at
wrong.
it.
You're
Not mad
wrong.
at it.
It's always been very important to both of us, but especially her. She's like, our room is our space for
Yes.
our marriage, and that's going to be a priority. And we love the kids, but
Get your own room.
yeah, and she comes first, and I come first to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just think that's the way it works best, and the way really it's supposed to be. You know, if you're really going to have something that lasts. And so she takes the lead on all of that, but we're definitely in agreement.
That's so fire. Yeah, your
Our
wife is
7-year-old now.
savage. She is
Our
savage.
7-year-old now is like, "Can I sleep in your room?" I'm like,
No.
No, you have your own room. You have a huge bed by yourself. Go ahead, go in your room. Like, no, stay out of my room. You were in my room long enough.
No tolerance policy at our house for
Nope.
We're walking you back to bed. I don't care how many times. You're going back to your own room.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is coming up. I just imagine your house like the opening scene of Home Alone, where there's just like food and adults and kids just running around everywhere. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but
Yes, it is pretty much like that.
Do you go to other people's houses, or do they all come to your house because you have 5 kids and you're not going anywhere?
No, we've always done Christmas morning at our house. My mom and stepdad live 10-15 minutes away from us. So as soon as we get up, we'll have them come over. We'll wait for them to get there. Then we'll have the kids come out and we do the whole Santa thing with the kids, right? There's gifts under the tree that are from Santa, and they have gifts from us that we unwrap. So my mom loves to be involved in that stuff. So we wait for her to get there. They run out, they see their stockings and what Santa brought them. We do the whole thing. We do breakfast. And then we'll usually go to her house for like some kind of early dinner or something like that. But that's about as far as we're traveling.
Right.
With the circus that we have going on, we're going to host. We may go to my mom's because they're extremely helpful and they want to be involved, but we're not we're not going much farther than that.
Jake, what's up, dude? Our son comes into our bed most nights around 2 a.m. I want as many cuddles as I can get. One day that won't ever, or he won't ever want to do that again. I get that. He's got 5 kids though. There's a lot of cuddles happening with 5 kids.
I was my youngest just the last couple of days this week wanted to get up and go with me to take my older 2 to school, and just yesterday carrying her from the school back to the car, we park whatever off and we walk them in or whatever, and we're sitting there or walking thinking about like I have spent almost 10 years of my life carrying a baby in some form or fashion at this point. And I think that's really cool. I don't mean that as like a negative thing at all, but like you said, yes, there is always a kid in your arms, a kid at your feet, something going on for sure.
That's amazing. Your wife's been pregnant for like 10 years.
It's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Dude.
Which one of your babies is the one that I think it's your wife that puts up the video of an iced coffee or something?
Oh, that's the 18-month-old, 17-month-old.
Oh my God. So cute. Have you seen it, babe?
No, I can pull it up though.
It's your son, right?
Yeah, the younger son.
Yeah. And so is he walking the coffee to you or is he walking the coffee to her?
No, he's walking it to her. So we make it together. So we got our little espresso machine. He likes to, first thing he does when he gets up is he walks over to it and he's like, Dada, Dada. So we make the coffee together and then he wants to take it to her.
Oh, it's on your wife's page, huh?
Oh my God, I love it. I don't know if she put one up recently, but like, I love it. He just waddles himself over with the cup and just brings it over to her. I think it's so cute.
Yep, he's a little delivery guy.
Hey, what is it? 3 girls, 2 boys, 2 boys, 3 girls.
Yep, 3. It's girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh man, girl, dad. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh.
You make me cry. Thinking about the future.
Get him in his feels already.
No, sorry, I'm not gonna do that. What does a morning look like? I need to know this because we have 1 kid and the morning for us is pretty chaotic just with him. So does your wife have like a regiment set? Like what is breakfast and who wakes up and even brushing teeth? Like it's a struggle sometimes for us to get our kid to brush his teeth all the way. Is that?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's the morning and that's like all the battles happen in the morning. But I mean, she's got this whole process worked out of, okay, this kid gets up, they're going to make breakfast, and then I'm going to get this kid up because they do this routine, and then the other ones will get up. Like there's a whole thing to it. But usually my 3-year-old's the first one up at this point. She's the one that's getting up in the middle of the night. We make them eggs, toast, fruit, the whole thing every morning. Then we'll get the 18-month-old is usually up at that point. And then, I mean, if it's like the weekend, the older 2 will already be up and gone at this point. But the weekend, we'll let them sleep in. And whenever they straggle, we'll have breakfast ready for them. But yeah, I mean, they help with breakfast. The little 2 do.
God, that's got to be like a military routine. Like it's just that has to. I just see marching orders happening.
It is. I mean, you look at the clock and it's like, okay, at 6:51, breakfast is done. Go brush your teeth. You've got 9 minutes to brush your teeth, get dressed, and have your backpack ready to go. Now, it very much is like on the dot. We're doing certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Who's the toughest to get ready in the morning?
To get ready, probably the 3-year-old.
The 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And she'll want to change clothes 3 times before we get out the door. She won't want to eat breakfast, and then she will want to eat breakfast, and then she'll want a different breakfast.
Yeah.
She's all over the place.
3 years old. That's the toughest one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
were you guys, I wanted to ask you this too. Were you guys the family that had the delivery room full of people? Like and you just basically delivered the kid yourself because you've done it 4 times already. And is everybody there? Or is it just you and your wife and then the kids and everybody come later?
No, at this point, it's like we don't we don't want anyone else there. We'll do our thing. We'll tell you when you can come up and see them. But I mean, it's about the baby, right? But like, this is our thing, and this is going to be special for us. And yes, we're happy that we have the support and whatnot, but y'all can be a part of it once things are settled and we're in a good spot with the new baby and together. And because once that seal breaks and there's people there, there's 100 people there. It's either the two of us or everybody, So we try to be, okay, are we ready for this? All right, y'all can come in.
Gotcha. Oh, all right.
Oh,
you're
there he
there.
is.
There you go. Jake, his eldest is 8. What did you say? My daughter is starting to ask about boys. I'm not ready yet. Yeah, for real. No, don't ask about boys.
No, our son went to like a winter wonderland thing with a group of his friends, and they had some like teenage girls that came and like helped to chaperone and whatever. And I get there to pick him up, and I was told that my son wrote a note to 2 of the girls and was like, "I had a great time meeting you. I hope we can hang out again soon sometime." I was like, who does he think he is? Like, what? He is 7. Absolutely not. And then come to find out that one of the girls was went to the teacher that actually runs the program and was like, "I love Garrett. If they ever need a babysitter, let me know." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not calling you."
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely not.
No.
7 years old, he better stop with that stuff.
So let me ask, are you, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna switch topics, but if you want to talk about when your daughter starts asking you about boys, go for it.
Oh no, she's already boy crazy. Heck, my 6-year-old thinks he has a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
I told him that no, you don't.
You have a friend.
You don't. Yeah, right.
You have a friend, yeah.
It's actually funny enough. His girlfriend's dad came into the gym a couple weeks ago and wanted to join and didn't really know who I was or anything about it. And he sees me and he goes, "Do you have a son that goes to whatever the school name is?" I was like, "Oh no."
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I do. And he says, "I'm her name's Lennox." Like, "I'm Lennox's dad." I was like, "Oh no. God, please let Fisher not be a fool at school."
That's
I'm trying to
amazing.
teach him, I promise. And he's like, "I've heard all about Fisher." I'm like, "That can't be good." And so I
Or
told him,
it's great, one or the other.
yeah. Well, with him, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's good if you guys meet each other. 2 dads meet, then you guys can keep tabs on whatever this is.
Yes.
And now you guys like are on the same team now. So that might be a good thing that he stopped into the gym.
Yes, and he's super cool. And we're both on the same page of like, whatever, y'all can be friends, but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they're funny.
Are a lot of like the other parents of the kids that go to school with your kids, do they come to your gym a lot? Is there a lot of that overlap, or is it just the one?
There's some. I mean, just this week we had one of the second grade teachers. My daughter's in 2nd grade. Her husband decided to come join. So there's definitely a few that are in and out. I mean, we live in it's a bigger town, but it's tight knit enough to where, I mean, people know that that's what we do. Right? Like
Yeah.
we run the gym and yada yada yada. So there's certainly a few.
So what's the plan this year? Are you doing the open? Is your affiliate doing the open? Is there going to be Friday night lights? What's the plan?
Oh yeah. No, I'm all about it. I mean, I think back to what the open was when I first started in like 2012, 2013. And that's when they were having Khalipa and Froning and all these people doing the live streams and the throwdowns, and the open went straight to regionals and it was 5 weeks long. And it was just like this hyper focused, super crazy time of the year that everyone like got all amped up for. And so we've always tried to recreate that just because I think it's fun. I'm maybe it's a sentimental thing to me, but No,
Yeah,
we're
it is fun.
going to go full bore. I mean, I think last year we had 140, 150 people sign up from our affiliate, and we did
Wow.
Friday Night Lights. We do an intramural style competition. We do the whole thing. So no, we're certainly going to keep on.
Where are you guys at again? I forget. I'm sorry. I know you're Central Time, but where are you guys?
Argyle, Texas is the city. It's a little suburb of DFW. So we're in North Texas.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what somebody asked that. Are you in Argyle? I thought he meant your shirt. It definitely didn't mean your shirt.
We're like 30, 40 minutes north of DFW Airport.
Okay. So you're gonna do the big. What do you think about like some of the athletes or the elite athletes are like, hey, I'm not doing the Open this year, or I'm not doing the CrossFit Games season this year. Did that bum you out at all?
No, I wouldn't say it bummed me out. I mean, I think it makes me sad for them. I mean, there are great athletes in the sport, but if you think that the sport's going to stop just because one person isn't doing the Open, I think they're gonna be mistaken. I think there will be somebody just as hungry to come in and have the spot that maybe is doing it because they're a member of an affiliate and they want to make their affiliate proud. I think there's a lot of other motivations you can have other than I want my optimal season for me and myself.
So you're going to do the Open,
cool.
and if you make it to whatever, I know that they change semifinals, whatever, you're going to do that. And then if you make it to the games, you're going to go to the games. No questions asked. Like you're just, that's it. That's cool.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I think it goes by to your motivation. Like I would do this if there was no CrossFit Games and it was just the Open. I'm just doing this as a lifestyle, right? Like I'm doing this because I believe in CrossFit and I think it is the best program to make you healthy and fit and increase your quality of life. And I'm going to do it forever. And if there's something I can participate that allows me to be a part of that global fitness movement, I'm going to do it. I don't really care about the end result. Like, yes, I'm competitive and yes, I would love to achieve XYZ goal, but that's not the only reason I'm doing it. So it's not, if you remove that carrot, that doesn't mean I'm going to run the race any less hard because I'm not, that's the cherry on top to me.
Do you feel that members of your affiliate are aware as to what is going on with CrossFit since the games happened?
The vast majority of them, no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they know generally when the Open is, mainly because I'm already starting to talk about it as a way to kind of build it up and make it a thing in our affiliate. But as far as the semantics of it, no clue, the average person. They're just excited that, hey, are we going to do those workouts on Friday nights again? Are we going to have shifts again? Yep, sure are. And that's the bulk of them.
Listen, we all will participate in a lot of things to get a shirt. I'm convinced that swag is like the way to go. How do we support each other? We buy each other swag. If we can participate, the first question we ask is, hey, do we get swag out of this? And then that helps us decide if we're actually going to participate in it or not.
The first one for us was being able to hashtag in the Open.
Yeah.
Like you would do the workout, take a clip of yourself and be like hashtag in the Open 2017. And you felt cool as hell.
For sure. And I hope that's what we can get back to, especially with kind of the changes. Like the Open is going to matter.
Yeah.
For everybody, especially it's going to matter more for the competitive people. And the people that weren't competitive are going to know the changes anyway.
Right.
I have to be as invested in the Open. Like I can't take the Open off. Like I could have potentially the last few years when it was the top 25%. So I think the Open now is going to matter for everybody in the CrossFit community, at least to some degree. Like there's going to be some people that you still don't have to repeat workouts and do everything twice like you did in 2018 to get to regionals, but you can't just not try either. In the top 1%, or it's not as generous as the top 25, obviously.
Mhm.
Have you seen? Oh, go ahead, babe. No, go
No,
ahead.
I was gonna say I think the beauty of the open, and kind of to go back to what you were saying of like the glory days, I guess you could call it, is that I actually believe that the open is for everybody and it's very important to everybody. And what I mean by that is that the elites are using it as the first step to get to their CrossFit games and their elite competition. But the parts that I remember about the open that made it important to the everyday person is those community aspects of it. So it was important to your everyday Joe or Mary or whatever that would go in there and has found their place. Or you have the ones that would come in and they would do their very first muscle up for the first time, or they'd get their very first push up for the first time, or pull up. They'd PR and they'd have their people there. So I actually feel that the open is very important to everybody in the capacity to where they're at. And I think that if we can find that route again, I think that I hope it'll remind us that like that is the beauty of what the open was when it started. It was like, hey, let's all do the same workouts in a way. You know what I mean? You scale as needed, but this is a way that we can literally come together in a world and in a community or a society that is constantly trying to pull us apart. And this is that place that we can actually all come together under the same umbrella and celebrate fitness and celebrate life. And so I hope that we can find that again, where it is, yeah, it's important to the elite athletes. And if you want to make it more important, fine, towards the end of whether they do 3 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever they're going to do again. But it's also a reminder that it's important for the everyday person too, because they get to challenge themselves. And from what it sounds like at your gym, having that many people be like, hey, we doing these Friday night workouts? That sounds pretty fucking important to your members of your gym.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and we try to preach too, like, kind of like you're saying, like the more that we're all in this together, the more it is going to mean, and the bigger change and impacts that we can have. And there's like this whole movement of affiliates that, you know what, we're not going to pay the $25 to participate in the open. We're going to do the open, but you're going to pay me $25 to, I'll make you a shirt and we'll run the intramural workouts or whatever, but we're not going to participate with the global community. And I don't know, that just misses the point to me. Like, if you're worried about the money, I'll pay your $25, but you're going to know that you're in this with every other person that does CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I think that's powerful.
Mhm.
And I want everyone, and I wish everyone would participate, and take it seriously and do the best they can and show up for each other on Friday nights and care about your performance, not in the sense of I'm trying to beat this person next to me or end up this high on the leaderboard, but I'm trying to do as best as I can. That way I have, like, where is my fitness level at this year? Expectation being we're going to train really hard for a whole nother calendar year, and we're going to get to retest. We're going to have these 2 data points to compare and see, where did I get better this year? What are some factors that might impact this got better and this didn't? And then again, we're shaping and working on the whole person, right? And I think the open is a very unique opportunity for people to get to do that. I don't think there's a lot of opportunities to have such a all-encompassing kind of data point if you're willing to let it be that. You have to participate,
Yeah.
I remember when I forget, I can't remember which workouts they were. I feel like there was like a bear crawl. It might have been it was like a scale for handstand push-ups or something like that in one of the open workouts. And I remember people being really excited. It was fine. They just wanted to be able to bear crawl for that long, however long it was, like however long it was. But
Mhm.
but they were excited to do it because they couldn't do it correctly like 2 months ago.
Yep.
And so they were excited for that scale and they were pumped and they were ready to go. And it was great. It was awesome to watch them and they were proud of themselves and they were tired after doing that many bear crawls. It was crazy. It was so fun. and you could cheer everybody on, and it was a great time. And they were proud to put their scores into,
Mm-hmm.
the computer. They were proud of themselves. It was great to watch.
Yeah, I think the open done right is like the essence of CrossFit. And like I said, I think it's important. I'm always going to make it important, and I'm going to try to preach that to as many people that will listen as I possibly can.
Chris Beasterfield. Oh, hey, Sarah Cooper, Jody. What's up? What's up, ladies? Chris Beasterfield. I'm a bear crawling mofo. Yeah, man. My first scale was jumping pull-ups, and that was more aerobically like tough on me than anything else I've ever done, was jumping freaking pull-ups. Like my body hurt after that one. It was like pull-ups and a squat snatch workout where the weight went up in the squats. I think it was 2017, but yeah, the scale was jumping pull-ups. I was dying. I was like, absolutely. I think I didn't fail on the weight of the scaled squat snatch. I failed on the jumping pull-ups because it destroyed me. Like, and it was awesome. It was so fire. Have you, all right, let's talk about this. This might be, you haven't seen,
well, hold on real quick before you go there.
Go ahead.
So you kind of have
yes,
awful. They are
for real.
awful. You have a very unique perspective, I feel like, because not only are you an affiliate owner, you are competitive in the space as well. Do you feel like there is a confliction between the elites and the affiliates right now? And how do you personally navigate the separation between the two?
I try to keep them as closely intertwined as I can. I think it's a chance to be an example for my affiliate. I've got to walk the walk the same way that I'm talking the talk to them day in and day out. It's on an even more public display of like these things that I'm telling you are important. I am trying to enact, and then you can see kind of where that could possibly take you. Like I'm not doing anything different than you. This past year where I qualified for semifinals, I did our class affiliate programming every single day. I didn't do a different program. I didn't follow anything special. Right now, obviously there were scaling ups and downs based on the day. If I needed to work on muscle ups, I might do muscle ups instead of pull up one day. But again, I think it shows people that CrossFit works. It's infinitely scalable. That's always been one of the core tenets. And so I think it's the closer I can keep those two things together, the better it is for my affiliate. And I think it helps kind of set a standard.
Do they get to see you do the open? Like, will a bunch of the people that go to your gym see you do the open and like watch you and cheer for you doing the open workouts?
Yeah. And that's always been almost at the top of my priority list is I'm going to participate in Friday Night Lights, and I'm going to sign up for a heat the same way everybody else is. I'm going to have somebody judge me in front of everybody else the same way that everyone else is. And I'm not going to do anything different. I'm not going to treat myself any different because the open doesn't, like, it's not for, like we were talking about, it's not for anyone special. It's for everybody, and you know what? And I hate working out on Friday nights. That is not part of my training routine. I don't work out past 3 p.m.
If you can help it, yeah.
And Fridays, like I'm up at the gym, setting up for Friday Night Lights, laying out equipment, coming up with a floor plan, printing out score sheets. I'm doing all the affiliate owner tasks. And then I don't get a pass on doing Friday Night Lights just because I'm not comfortable. The same way I'm telling the people that, like, oh, well, I normally work out at 5 a.m. How am I going to work out at 5:30 p.m.? Well, you're going to show up, you're going to warm up, and you're going to hit it with your buddies.
Yep. The same way you warm up at 5 a.m., you're going to warm up the same way at 5:30 p.m.
And yes, the performance aspect is important, but it is not more important than participating with our community. That is first and foremost. And people are always surprised, like, oh, I didn't feel good because this isn't my normal workout time, but there's something about the energy in the room that, like, I just felt like I was stronger. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Yes.
and then they participate every Friday Night Lights for forever, you know?
Yeah, Sarah Cooper, they don't hype the open at all at my gym. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what the culture is, right?
In your affiliate.
Yeah, every affiliate can have a different culture. And I remember watching a lot of the videos that were coming out of Diablo at the time. People were doing like when Dave would announce open workouts, and it would be at Diablo, or it would be just Dave going to affiliates and doing announcements really energized all the affiliates to do Friday Night Lights. And it was great. And it sucks that that's not around anymore. You know what I mean? Because that pumped affiliates too. I forgot about that. Would you guys, Jonathan Ortega, what are some things you guys would do to hype up the open again? I mean, like I said, I completely forgot about how Dave used to do that. And I was just going to ask you, Tucker, did you guys do, like when they did the open announcement, where your gym be open and people would sit around and watch it and then kind of do it right after? Because I remember a lot of gyms did that.
We've had years where people do that. We've had years where we don't. I mean, honestly, it ends up being like Friday nights at Lights is such a big deal that no one really wants to volunteer to do it Thursday and not get to do it Friday night.
Yeah.
But we have had, what was it, a couple years ago, we had a couple of our coaches that would need to get it done before Friday. They just had a standing obligation with their work or what have you, and they would do it Thursday nights and kind of set the score to be, so that, I mean, that's a cool thing too. It's just everyone wants to do Friday nights.
For us, it was like the diehards, like the ones that they really wanted to go to the games, or somebody said Masters in here, Sarah Cooper. I think you were talking about Masters, but some of our Masters athletes back in the day, they would do it immediately after it was announced at the gym as everybody was watching. So they had time if they needed to do it again on Sunday or something like that. Or, you know what I mean? It was yeah. But
I think it's interesting because you don't hear many times what you were saying, that you actually like to keep the two as intertwined as possible, because there is the argument of the affiliates and the games need to be more separated. And that seems to be what the argument is. But talking about it and reminiscing about it now, Dave used to go in, like he used to essentially bring the elite athletes into your everyday affiliates and connect the two and keep them as connected as possible. And then you get towards the end where then it really separates into, we're going to the sport, and then, the affiliates finish out. Do you think that we're missing that? Where like the elites are taking the time to go into the roots of the affiliates and being a part of it, like Dave used to have them be before?
Yeah, for sure. I think the way I've seen this move is, as CrossFit has grown in popularity and there's more sponsorship opportunities and there's a little more money in it, and I understand that it's not the NFL, right? No one's making whatever 8 figures doing CrossFit. But as those opportunities have increased relative to 2018, people are chasing those. And it becomes more about, like, my performance is tied to my ability to market myself, which is then tied to my ability to make this a full-time job or a living. And I think then the way that plays out is you remove yourself naturally from the everyday affiliate. Because if I'm in a class of 20 people and I feel like every single day my life is on the line for this workout, that I've got to hit this perfect training session, and Susie that just joined 2 weeks ago jumps up on my pull-up bar, like, I can't risk that, right? Like, God forbid I have to wait 15 seconds for Susie to do her pull-ups before I can get back into my training session. And so we remove ourselves, and I had a whole year of of, I did a different programming, and it was the worst year that I've ever had. And I was
Right.
miserable, and I didn't have fun. I didn't qualify. And I missed a lot of what I know to be true and valuable. But I think that's the trap at this stage in the CrossFit game, is there's only so many spots to where you can be marketable enough to make it a living and be a professional athlete. And we're willing to maybe make that trade-off for being a member of a healthy affiliate, at least from a community standpoint. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm not here to judge anyone else or the choices they make. But like I said, I don't think Greg Glassman ever created this to be something where you could be a professional CrossFitter. I think that's a very modern idea, so to speak. And so I think there's some friction that goes along with it, because that wasn't necessarily the way that it was intended to be set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on, I want to get to this. Ortega, what's up, dude? As a coach, I would do the open same day announcement and then do tips and videos for the gym. Yeah, I remember watching a lot of those. Like, I watched the Arm and Hammer videos. Then Rich started doing those videos.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, and it was great. It was awesome, because then you thought that you could do it the way that they were saying to do it as a scale, and then you would go try to do it and you would die. You shouldn't have done it that way, right? Because they're way too fit for you to try to do it that way. But even
when they tried to scale it down, and like, if you're not an elite athlete, try it this way.
It was still an elite.
Yeah, I was like, well, that didn't help. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Should have stayed in my own lane.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be fun again if people started doing that again. I think that Mayhem still does that, but
Mayhem does it. Yeah.
If a bunch of people started doing that again, that'd be really fire. And I would try to do it like a stupid idiot and get messed up. That's I guess the thing that I like with this whole thing with people not wanting to, okay, I don't know if it's boycott the open or whatever. Dude, Jonathan, you are not an average person. You are like Mighty Mouse. Like, you are not an average person, dude. That's not, oh, TTT did it. Oh yeah, they do too. They're good too. Still, I can't do their scales. It's not, I have to scale old lady scale. But so they're trying to, like, they're boycotting the open, right? Or the elite athletes that are professional athletes, whatever, they don't want to do it. They want an alternative to the game season and whatnot. To me, it sucks a lot, because you're biting the hand that fed you, dude. You know what I mean? And you're taking away from, because CrossFit affiliates, to me, like, my family owns a deli. It's a mom and pop shop that's just run by a bunch of people that have known each other for over 30 years. And we do enough that everybody has a very comfortable life, which is what I feel like affiliate owners do, right? Mm-hmm. They do it so that they're not going to be multi-billionaires unless you're Rich Froning, but you're going to have a comfortable life and be able to have 5 kids, right?
And help a lot of people.
And you want to burn down that and scorch earth affiliates that are mom and pop shops, essentially.
Well, and
that to me, just, it's like, wow, dude. And they gave you everything.
The platform. I think Sousa said it.
There wouldn't
the platform
be anything without the mom and pop shops, without the mom and dads raising their kids in the gym, running an affiliate, having their kids be in the gym, having a gym dog, having Friday night lights, having the commute. There wouldn't be that. The CrossFit games wouldn't be this big without that.
No. And like the first example, and I think this example kind of speaks to the whole thing. Like, I remember when Jason Kalipa announced that he's going to go do his own thing and he's going to be NC Fit.
Right. Yep.
And like, that devastated me. It was like, how powerful is it if you're in, because he's in Northern California, right? And he had several different locations at that point. Let's say I'm Susie that's looking for fitness, and I just Googled gym near me. If the first 7 things that populate are all CrossFit gyms, my thought might be, what is this CrossFit thing? Maybe I should check it out, right? And it brings people in, and it creates this strength of the brand that continue to bring people in and change lives. And the more that people want to splinter off and say, I'm not going to wave the CrossFit flag, I'm going to wave Tucker's flag of fitness, it weakens our ability to present this united front, right? If there's NC Fit and then there's CrossFit, yada yada yada, and there's whatever down the street, and I have these, like, I'm not caught up in the same way of like, dang, I should figure out what this CrossFit thing is about if it's this prevalent. And we were there, we were doing it. There was, I forget what they say the high water mark for gyms was, but I mean, there's, even in our small town, there's 3 CrossFit gyms that we've all been here for, 5-6 years at least at this point, and we are doing really well, but we present this united front of, hey, like, you do CrossFit.
Yeah.
I think I hope that we continue to get back to that. I know Jason is recently, they're at least affiliated again, and he's been more on board with some of the things happening at CrossFit. I don't understand all of them by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that's good, and I hope we keep moving back that way.
I wanted to give you a chance. I know you haven't seen this yet, but I wanted to give you a chance to weigh in on this because I thought this. I actually saw it live while Pedro was doing it over on Coffee Pods and Wads. Is the whole conversation, and it was a whole conversation. But this is the clip that came out, and I think this is the clip that most people are talking about at this point. And you're an affiliate, and you're also an athlete, and you're also a mom and pop. So, like, I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on this.
I think that, like, I read comments on Instagram. It's like, oh, what have the CrossFit Games athlete done for the affiliates and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, that's why the open, like, it has to be more affiliate friendly and stuff. And it's like, okay, but as an affiliate, what have you done for the CrossFit Games athlete? Like, shouldn't it be like a two-way street? Like, if you're asking for things, like, well, what have you given? So,
Mike, love you, boy. But yeah, do you think that the affiliates need to do more for the CrossFit Games athlete, or do you think that the affiliates have done enough just by being, I don't know, open?
No, I mean, that sounds fairly entitled to me, and I think the relationship there is inverted, and I don't like. Not every gym has CrossFit Games athletes in it. Like, what am I supposed to do for CrossFit Games athletes? And you're exactly right. Like, CrossFit Games athletes have the ability to build this brand because I'm promoting the open at my gym, and I'm trying to convert people into this idea of, this is really cool and this can change your life and you should pay attention to this. And it's those people that, when the games are at Fort Worth, guess how many people go to the CrossFit Games this year just because I'm doing the open? We probably had 40, 50 people from our affiliate go to the CrossFit Games because we make the open a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, that's a crazy sentiment to me. But, I also don't wonder, like, I don't know, are we just saying things now to get views and clicks and increase our brand? And
I'm sure that they are, but I don't think that was. I think that she was talking, like, she meant that.
But it's also very interesting because, I don't know if it is the same now, but CrossFit Games athletes always came through affiliates. Maybe not so much now. Maybe it's like they want to, again, make it a career, like we were talking about earlier. So they're just going to start working out and buy a program and maybe go to an affiliate to use, the equipment and stuff like that, and not necessarily take the classes. But that's how most competitive athletes got into competitive CrossFit, was because they walked into a CrossFit affiliate and fell in love with it, and then worked really hard at it, and then realized that they were really good at it, and they wanted to suffer and they wanted to do all the hard work, and then they were able to qualify through the open, and they were able to, and then, you know, go on and go on and go on. So it's always very interesting to me when you hear stories like this, because from our understanding is that her and Jeff came through the love of the affiliates, and they were volunteers at the games, and they loved the methodology and all this type of stuff, but then turn around and say that this is just a career, you know? So it's kind of like,
Jody Lynn, hold on, is it in his stories? Because I'll find it if I can. I don't see it on his actual page. Is it in his stories? Sorry, go ahead. But I do want to see that.
I forget what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, Colleen. Start again. I'm sorry.
No, just you know, they came through the tunnels, for lack of better terms. Like, they came through an affiliate, and they volunteered at the games, and they were in love with the methodology and meeting the people and being in the roots, and then, you know, turned into an athlete, and now all of a sudden he's just doing it for a career, which again is fine, but you were in the roots at one point, you know?
And I feel like some people now have just decided that they have an axe to grind with CrossFit, and we're going to carry that axe regardless of what they say. And there's no really making them happy. And they maybe don't even think about it issue to issue to issue. Their just stance is CrossFit should do better. CrossFit needs to do something different. CrossFit needs to do things the way that I want them to be done. And I don't get where any of us get off thinking that we get a say in what CrossFit does. To be quite honest, like, and maybe we even hinted at this at the beginning, no one's going to make you participate. If you don't like what CrossFit is doing, don't do it, right? Like, no one is forced Jeff Adler to sign up and try to go to the CrossFit Games, right? So if you don't like it, just let it go. You don't need to pick up your axe at every single turn and try to chop this thing down that we're trying to continue to build and rebuild and continue to change lives the way that we have been. Like, just let it lie, you know?
Hey, Sarah brings up that they're talking about who's affiliated: Jason, Camille, Annie, Rich. Like, they're all affiliate. I don't know. I should look into this or ask Dens to look into it. But does it seem like all the people actually complaining aren't affiliated? Because that would be crazy if that was actually a stat. If the people that are that are complaining about the open, that are complaining about CrossFit, most of them are not affiliated, that would be insane. That would be, there's like a parallel to, again, I say, to politics and what's happening in CrossFit right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know the numbers either, but it certainly is. I mean, you look at the people that aren't afraid to wave the CrossFit flag, like, they're not the ones that seem to be making a stink at every single turn. And not to say that things can't be better or shouldn't be trying to be improved upon, but like, there's a way of going about it that you're either trying to be constructive in your criticism or you're just trying to make your point, you know, and you don't really care if it's helpful or not. You just want your opinion to be heard. But I do think, like, I mean, look at these comments. Yeah, like, the Panchicks are riding hard for CrossFit now. Rich is riding hard for, you know, it's these people that have affiliates and really believe in the model that aren't afraid to kind of stick up for it.
Dude.
Do you feel like that the elite athletes have been given too much say in what is going on? And so now they just like kind of like what you, so I guess the answer would probably, yeah, like the way you were just saying that they just want to be heard just to say with their piece, but almost because they've been given too much power to have so much opinion on what's been going on.
Well, I think we're like, I mean, I have 5 kids. If y'all know the book, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's that. Like, we got a little bit of say so, and now we want more. And then this issue pops up, and hey, hear my opinion again. And then this issue pops up, and we want whatever, you know. It's definitely built in momentum, but I think some of it is just frustration that at some point CrossFit has started to say no. Like, we're not going to let you run the show. Like, we're still going to do things the way that we think they need to be done. And again, you can agree or disagree with that. That's totally fine. But if you don't agree, just don't participate. It's an easy answer, if you really are looking for a solution. But yeah, I think that we have definitely become hungry for our way to be the way.
Have you ever been emailed to be part of the PFAA or the CAC?
No, I'm not. I'm nowhere near good enough for any of that. I did get emails about this new like affiliate council or something. I forget what the official name is. But,
oh, that's cool.
Again, I'm not near popular enough for any of that. So,
well, no, I was just saying they were like, hey, semifinals athletes, but then I feel like Vellner said something about how if you're not a games athlete, how can you give your opinion on what safety is for the games or something like that? I heard like that came out. I was like, wow, dude.
And I get it. Like at this point in my life, I don't know exactly what it's like, but every stage they're not entirely different. They're not entirely dissimilar, right? Like there are ways that workouts are briefed at semifinals that are similar to the way they're briefed at whatever the CrossFit Games. Now, are the details maybe a little more in depth? Are there some more stipulations involved? Sure, absolutely. I'm not saying that there's not a difference at all, but it's not like you're the only one that understands what you're going through either,
Yeah. So you're cool. I always thought this, like, I figured like, oh, these elite athletes are going to get upset. They're going to, threaten to go away. And then in my mind, it was just like, oh, well, there's going to be a bunch of hungry semifinals athletes that are going to be like fucking cool. Cause that's another spot for me to be able to get in. Like if I was 6th last year, I'll be 5th this year. I'm going, or whatever the number is. And no one's going to really, like, we're just going to new set of athletes like they've always done. There's always been a new set of athletes come through
in every sport.
Yeah. I mean, that's just life, right? Like we're here for a blip of time. And then there's the next generation right behind. And you can choose what you want to do with your time in the limelight. You can either use it as a way to build this thing that is giving you the life that you're able to live, or you can use it to try to make it about yourself and outshine that thing. And you get to choose. And again, no one gets to say the right or wrong way to do it necessarily, but I know the way that I want to spend my time. I know the things that I believe in, and I think it's okay to support and promote something that is bigger than yourself or your own personal brand. And I think if we had a better appreciation for that, we would be able to return more to the 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18 that we all loved and knew.
So, yeah. Hey, Jason, what's up, dude? Good to see you. You're up late, bro. What's happening right now? Sarah, thank you for DMing me. Jeremy, hey, now. No. Please don't call this guy Craig Ritchie at all. Please. No. He's got a great hairstyle. No. This is not the same dude.
So you talk about like just taking personal accountability. And if you don't want to participate in something and you don't like the way that something is, like it's your choice. Remove yourself. But a lot of this conversation is that they're trying to make change and they're trying to make the sport better or grow with it. And they want to see it succeed, but it needs to be done differently. Do you feel like that is actually true?
I mean, to be honest with you, no, I don't at all. I think it's a promotion of self over really what they may honestly believe. Like, and some of it maybe they just feel kind of pigeonholed into, I have to have an opinion here. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not in a place where I feel like I have to have an opinion. I don't have to make a social media post about what I believe about Dave being fired or not. I don't have brands that are wanting me to make take a stance that aligns with their values if they're going to keep me on. I don't have those pressures or those pulls, so maybe I don't understand them, but I do think that plays a factor,
Oh, for sure.
Which again, I can be sympathetic to, but I think you have to be, I don't know, at some point, like you've got to stand up for what you believe in at some point. And what is that point? How far are we going to let this go before you just keep riding the wave until maybe you've ridden yourself right out of the picture, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think Dana White said it for the UFC the best, was just like, hey, the UFC is an opportunity, right? Like, it's a complete opportunity for you. You can build your brand, you can make a name for yourself, you can build your social media, get sponsors, do all the things. But after your time is over, like, your time is over. It's not, you, and I don't know, for some reason, to me, it just feels like, maybe they don't want to let their time be over.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, you had a decade to make this into the biggest thing, your brand into the biggest thing that you possibly could. Froning did it, but he surrounded himself with a whole affiliate and built people and built relationships and with loyalty to people. And these other athletes, just, there's no relationships, there's no brand loyalty, there's no, like, and I don't know, that's what it seems to me.
No, I think that is dead on. But I mean, I think, again, you could draw a direct parallel between the people that are professional athletes first, and then people that, like you said, like Rich, have spent time and energy, and they built up this credibility within something bigger than themselves that's going to be there whenever they're not as fit
for their kids. Dude, you even said it, like Jason Khalipa. I mean, even he might have de-affiliated, now he's re-affiliated, but he spent the time making connections, building a community, building a gym, and now that's going to be there for his kids. Rich, that's going to be there for his kids. Sarah said it, the Panchik family. Like, they built a community, and they built and that's going to be legacy for their kids. Wow, dude. Yeah, fair.
We were talking the other day about which one of our 5 kids is going to run the gym when we're done.
Yeah.
That whole thought process that we could be doing something that is going to supersede, like, our time here, right? And us being in charge, and whatever perks or benefits may go along with that. Like, those are all great, but at the end of the day, like, this should be something that we're creating. It's a staple in our community that is making a direct and tangible impact and change in people's lives. And we're going to be able to hand that down, hopefully, to one of our kids, and they keep running it. And, like, it just becomes this thing that people know they know what they're getting when they come here, and something that people want. And I think the people that are going to try to do the right thing see those attachments and value the next thing. And some people don't.
Oh, that is so, that's such a good, okay. Bernie Gannon, what's up, dude? Maybe the thing to do is stop celebrating the selfish, pompous elite athletes. I watch some of these people and want nothing to do with them or their sponsorships or social media. Well, get them, Bernie. Yeah, get them. Fair. I'm not taking that away from you. I find myself, like, just as, like, we're super fans, right? If the games are in Albany, we're definitely going. Like, if you were competing somewhere where I don't have to fly, I would go watch you compete.
Don't worry, if it's close enough, I'll get her on the plane again. I got her on there once, so I got her.
Tennessee this year, everything's in Tennessee, so.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
There you go.
I can do that.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm super fans of people that, like, I feel a connection to, like, I'm invested in, right? Like, I wanna go see you compete. I wanna go see, I mean, she's not competing this year because she's pregnant, but I want to see Ellie Hiller compete. I want to see.
She is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, congrats to her. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's super pumped. She
told us here live last time we talked to her, because we were asking about, like, her injury, and she was supposed to go to Crash because we went to Crash, and she was supposed to compete, but she hurt her back. But then, I guess, for whatever reason, she decided to take a pregnancy test, found out she was pregnant, and we didn't know. So she came on the podcast and started telling the story. And she was like, oh, well, I'm going to come out hot. I'm pregnant. And I'm like, what? We were so surprised, but she told us here. So yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, like I want to go watch Taylor Self compete. I want to go watch, you know what I mean? I kind of don't give a crap if I see Patrick Vellner compete, or I don't, you know what I mean? I don't. Like I want to see the young boys throw down. I want to see the new ladies throw down. I want to see Shelby Neal. I want to see just the people that are like energized about CrossFit and that are excited about CrossFit. Like I want to see those people compete. If you don't even like it and you don't even like the sport, I don't want to watch you exercise. Like, I don't care.
Well, yeah, and we lose that. Like we become so self-important that we
YOLO FOLO, Austin. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Leahy, whenever he comes back. Like I want to see him compete.
He's gonna come back hot this year.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean, we forget that at the end of the day, like not to necessarily like diminish it, but we're exercising, we're working out. Like you're not this person that gets to just rule over this corporation with your opinions. It's you have an opportunity to exercise, be very fit, be very healthy, and have people care that you are good at it.
Yeah,
that should be enough. Like, how does that not develop a thankfulness in you that you're like, holy crap, people want to watch me exercise? That's so wild if you think about it, but we take it for granted that like, do you know who I am? Like you are all blessed to watch me do my muscle ups.
Sweat.
Like,
yeah.
No, it's super cool. And you should be able to inspire others. And that's awesome. But you've got to keep in mind, like, you are really the one benefiting from this, not everybody else.
Like if you remember in the early days, or I mean, it doesn't even have to be the early days. It could be last games or whatever, but you would fast forward through the people or the heat that you didn't know anybody in. Like if I knew someone in that heat, I would watch the heat. Like if I was like, oh, I saw that dude on Instagram, he's fire. Like I like him, or I saw him in the documentary, he's fire. I like him. I'm going to watch this heat. But if you don't know anybody in the heat, or if you're not invested anybody in the heat, you're going to fast forward that heat.
Yep.
It's just like, I saw you in Sevon's documentary. I was like, oh, fuck, I love this dude. He's got 4 freaking kids. They're all there. He's doing how the hell is he doing this? Like, I want to talk to this dude. You know what I mean? He's got a healthy marriage and 4 kids. Like,
and he's competing. And
I'm
he's
invested.
Really fit.
I want to watch this motherfucker work out. Like, you know what I mean? There has to be something there. There has to be some substance there to watch you do push-ups really fast.
Exactly.
Push-ups really fast. Yeah.
Jason CF, what's up? There are lots of athletes that different people will be drawn to. That's the good thing about such a large pool of athletes. Just pick the ones you like. And that's it. And I don't know. They're shooting themselves in the foot, bro. Because I just want to see the new wave that's excited and hungry would come in and torch the field and have a good time so we can all have fun. Like it's kind of like I don't want politics in my football. Like I just want to watch fucking football. What's the problem? You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm 100% in agreement with you on this. Go do what you are blessed to do and do it with a passion and a thankfulness, and that will show through. And then you will naturally attract attention and people and all these things that you want through your messaging and your stances and whatever. Like you're just going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I think,
It's a voice of reason. Oh, I don't know. Hi, what's up? If you can lose a competition, get hurt and come. Is this your wife? Voice of reason sometimes.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's kind of cool. If you can lose a competition, get hurt and come back and still show love for your sport, I'm more likely to watch you. Yeah, fair. Did you survive the election before I have to let you go?
Oh yeah. I mean, luckily, in Texas, we live in a fairly homogenous area. Let's put it that way.
It's fine until
She laughs and then it's over.
Yeah, if I start to laugh, then it's it.
I mean, people around here, I mean, they
Pretty much all in agreement.
for the most part, and it's also a lot of people like, I don't know, there's a settledness to it that I think at the end of the day, most people kind of realize like this doesn't really change anything as far as the ownership I have over my own life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I try to kind of explain to my kids when we were talking about it. It's like, yes, it's a big deal, right? And it matters, but at the end of the day, you know what dad still has to do? I'm going to get up and I'm going to open the gym and I'm going to try to impact as many people as I can. And if I do that, then these things that may happen at the top are only going to affect me so much. You know, maybe that's a privilege in its own right. But at the end of the day, like you've kind of got to take responsibility for what you can take responsibility for. And so, yeah, there was not a lot of disagreement around me being in Texas, but at least where I am in Texas, not a downtown city or anything like that. So,
Okay, hold on. The ladies got this for me, so let's see what this is. They found it. So let's. Oh, is it not? There's no sound?
what does it say?
It seems like things are starting to ramp up, and I can feel a shift in the mindset as the season approaches. The Open is still a couple months away, but I'm looking forward to throwing down with my friends.
Again.
Yeah, for my friends again. Some competitors hate doing the Open. I probably would too if I didn't have friends at an affiliate to do it with. One of my favorite times of the year. There's not a lot of competitive pressure on it for most of the game's athletes. But if you think I'm not trying to dominate everybody on Friday Night Lights, you're wrong. No one is safe. God help anybody who tells me that the workout is spicy. I just like
Yep,
that.
I mean,
like, go ahead.
No, I think he nailed it. I mean, I think that's exactly right.
You want to work out with your friends in your affiliate and have a good time
And kick their ass. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said. Like, wants to come
Well,
out
you
on
know,
top.
And even so, in one thing that we did this year is a couple of my buddies, they did the workout individually and they posted their scores, right? So like no one did anything wrong. But then they also, against me, they would do the workout partnered.
I love that.
that's
And
fire.
they would see if they could beat me partnered while I'm doing it solo, you know? So like it can be whatever you want it to be. You can have as much fun with it as you want to have, but you have to want to do the thing. You have to do it with a good attitude. And if you're willing to do that, it can be the greatest, you know?
Did they beat you as partners?
You know what? They did beat me on 2 of the 3, but every single one of them was close. And I would argue like they got to know my score first.
Oh, okay. So it's like a Taylor self.
Yes.
You did the workout first and then they went, okay.
We all do it individually on Friday nights. So they would do it right next to me, right? And then on Mondays, they would come in and they would do it partnered and see if they could beat me. And I just I didn't redo any of them this year. And so I never got to like go head to head with them.
Mm-hmm.
But every single one of them, I mean, it was within a couple reps.
Dude, that's fun.
The whole gym got behind it. You know, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, did they beat you this week? Yeah, they freaking got me.
But they had to strategize. They had to really strategize. They knew your time already. They knew where you were, how you did it. Like they had to strategize to beat you.
That's what I told them. I said, if y'all tried this hard day in and day out, just individually, man, y'all might be right there with me. They care way more about that than they did their individual performance.
All right. So as we end up, because we all have, I mean, you have way more kids than us, but I have a kid too that's going to knock on my door in like 5 seconds. But what are you doing any competitions other than the Open, or the next thing up for you is the Open?
You know, I just had a buddy reach out. They had a team qualify for the Fizz Experience.
Okay.
A pro team, and one of their guys got hurt. And so I think I'm going to jump in and do that with them. So that's the end of January.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it, you know, with the new baby and stuff, that I don't know. It's just been a very hectic time to really prioritize training.
Yeah.
Um,
I would think so.
we actually just kind of finalized it yesterday to a certain extent. So now it's like there's a little more energy back into. I'm like, man, I better bring my A game by into January, which will conveniently lead into the season. So we'll do that, and then the Open will be here, and we'll be off and running.
Hey, Jeremy World brings up a great point. Tomorrow's Kill Taylor is $3,000. It's up to $3,000, right, guys?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
$3,000. If you want to call in and kill Taylor tomorrow.
What's the word? Have they published the workout yet?
No,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow morning before, like, they usually, what do they go on? I think they go on at like 11.
11 our time.
Yeah.
Out early, like a day.
No, they put it out like 3 hours before it comes up. So, but if you happen to be at your affiliate and you got the equipment, I don't know what he's doing, but
You might be able to walk away with
you might be able to get
$3,000.
$3K for the workouts are usually no longer than 9 minutes if you're good.
Mhm.
So
For the first, I haven't seen. I haven't like watched every single one of them. I'm waiting for wall balls. You throw some wall balls in there, and you'd be really tempted.
Jeremy, make sure you go send that to Taylor and tell him wall balls.
yeah, say wall balls, bro. He'll be like, eat a dick.
So that so Tucker can come take his money.
Yeah. Colton might be in there tomorrow. It's 3K. Usually when it gets above like 1,500, Colton shows up and steals it real quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that
Taylor's
is
whole
my
day.
favorite thing to keep track of is their banter about him posting like they wouldn't let me do it this week. Their
Yep.
haters are scared. Yada yada yada.
It's super fun. Oh shoot. I'm still here. Don't worry.
Oh, her camera went off.
This happens every once in a while.
Where
It's fine.
is the team competition that you're doing?
It's in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And they actually just announced today that the Fittest Experience is what it's called. They're actually going to be one of the in-person semifinals. I believe it's in May or June. And they're actually moving it to Oklahoma. So we've got 3 in the U.S. We've got 2. We got the Mayhem Classic, the Syndicate Crown-a-Kin, and then the Fittest Experience in Oklahoma. Those will be our 3 in person. So,
And you went to Syndicate last year, right?
no, West Coast.
West
Or
Coast.
West
yeah.
Coast. West Coast. Okay. Who went to? Ellie went to Syndicate. That's who.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. We're gonna have to keep our eye on you. Excited. He's doing FTX.
TFX?
Yeah, TFX, the Fittest Experience. Are you gonna be there, Ortega? Film our guy.
Yeah.
There, and it's a team like the team that I'm with. They had a team go to West Coast last year. 2-3 years ago, they had a team qualify for the games. Like the girls are good. So I think it'd be a cool opportunity to do some team stuff, which I don't get to do a ton.
That's really cool.
Oh, here it is. Let's see. Let me see.
Just like in sync, that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. Oh man.
She did it to herself. Mute.
It's been so good.
I'm okay. Yeah. That's cool.
That's really cool.
Oh shoot. Okay.
They've been doing this for ever. I mean, I remember this was like the first big competition that I ever qualified for in like the intermediate division back in the day. And I just thought it was like the biggest deal.
Oh,
And
that's
they've
cool.
done it every year since then.
Okay. All right. We'll be excited. We'll have to pay attention and see if it is streamed anywhere. We'll definitely.
I think last year they had Brian Friend there. I think he streamed it.
Oh, did he? Like
Okay.
his podcast channel streamed it?
I think that's right. Because I remember watching some of it.
Damn, he's going
He's
everywhere
everywhere.
with these. He's streaming all these.
Ortega, I may be there the last day. What other comps is he doing? I'll do media for him. Oh, dude, shoot, that'd be fire.
Is he in Texas?
He's everywhere. Jonathan Ortega is literally every time you turn on any live stream anywhere,
He runs
is
past the screen.
somewhere in the live stream.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter.
Very cool.
Yeah. But okay, dude. Hey, listen, we really appreciate this. This was so fun. Please thank your wife for letting you have an hour and a half to hang out with us.
Kid
Oh, no.
free.
This is the night where my mom takes the kids. She coaches our 5 p.m. class, and so I just gonna get to do whatever.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
cool.
So
There you
we
go.
kind of having
Well,
fun to be here.
That's awesome. You said someone's turning 6 tomorrow, right? 7? Someone's turning 6.
My son's turning 6 tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you go enjoy that. We
He's-
always love. He's a mess. He's your mess. No, the 3-year-old you said.
He's fine. He's great. Well, I mean, my 3-year-old's great too, but
She's
dude,
3.
Dude, she is. Woo, she's gonna be the one that gives us a run for it.
That's the one you have to look out for, huh?
I mean, and people may not agree with this. Like I've had to tell my 6-year-old son that if she hits you, you have to hit her back. If she doesn't respect you, she's going to dominate you. She's going to make you miserable. She has to learn to respect you. And normally with the other girls, I'm like, if you touch them, you're dealing with me, type thing. But
Oh, yeah, look at that. Tell them where your gym is. Where's your gym at? Say your gym again.
yeah, Razor Ranch CrossFit in Argyle.
God, Argyle.
Yeah,
I totally thought.
we do a Friday Night Lights. That would be freaking awesome.
There you go.
Ortega, I got no boundaries.
No, he literally is everywhere.
He's awesome.
everywhere.
Ortega's so cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Oh man, I would love it.
Brian Friend is this generation's Carmen Sandiego. Razor Ranch. No, don't make her laugh. Shit.
It's so good.
Nope. Over. You got it? Nope. Okay.
I'm okay.
It's Razor Ranch, right?
Yep. RAYZOR.
Okay, cool.
These are our new hoodies that we just got.
Oh, those, yeah, okay. All right, we'll have to buy some merch.
I was gonna say, speaking of swag, send me a link and so I can order some swag from
Yeah,
you.
we'll have to get some. We try to do everybody. We vindicate swag, but we try to support everybody.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
swag's the way it's at. So
awesome.
But yeah, thank you, dude. I really appreciate this. We wanted to talk about it. It was kind of, people are jumping on it here and there. I don't want to go crazy, but there's definitely some feelings happening out there. So that was really cool. CK Kevin,
But-
dude, you're a mess. That sweatshirt makes me dizzy.
It makes me fast. It's supposed to be.
Now you got me coughing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But all right, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks all you guys for hanging out with us. Appreciate you. I know it was a Friday night. Everybody's got, I know Jody Lynn has date night tonight. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
She came and hang out with us for a little bit.
Appreciate you. But yeah, we'll be around. We're gonna do a couple more shows. I don't know who's popping on. We may have some special guests, but
Yep.
we're gonna hang out definitely before Christmas. So Cherry
Hopefully
Meat World 1999. Isn't that like go away
That
or
is.
end the podcast?
Fine.
Okay, fine. We're
Bye.
out. Love y'all. Deuces.
See ya.